Hey there everybody, Robert Taylor with Wonderscape Creations, continuing on with the world building tutorial series and getting the some more nodes created to help bring some character and life to the textures. But before we get to that, I want to provide a shout out to my Patreon providers. Providers. I'm just going to keep changing that. If you'd like to join my group of Patreon supporters, the link is down below in the description. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we want to do is do a little bit of cleanup because things are going to get quite messy otherwise. So as you noticed, we had started in the last episode. So we're going to bring these over here, hold down the C for control, and put UVs. The next thing we are going to want to do is drag out of this. And from here, sorry, I'm just making sure, yep, that I'm doing it right. Reroute, albedo, albedo, reroute, albedo noise, albedo noise. So we've got that one straightened out just like this. Bring this together here. Do some cleanup. Okay. Now from this one, this is the ambient occlusion. So reroute ambient occlusion. Ambient occlusion. Reroute roughness. Roughness. Reroute. Placement. Spelled that wrong. Displacement. Reroute. Normal. Normal. Alright. So we've got this cleaned up a bit. The reason we needed to do this is because we're going to be adding the coloring from the ambient occlusion, not the coloring, but the shadowing from the ambient occlusion into the texture itself. So we need a little extra playability here. Alright. Now that we have things cleaned up a bit, in the base functions folder, we're going to right click and do another material function. mf underscore AO controls underscore WBT. And we will open it up. And the first thing we are going to want to do is drag out and do a multiply. And out of the A, we will do an input for the albedo. This needs to be a vector 3. And then out of the B, we need to do a power. From base, we need to do another input. Make sure it's a vector 3. And we will name this the AO. And then we will do another input function. This one will be a scalar. And it will be AO intensity. Check mark that. Keep it at 0. So we want to see the difference. Then we will drag out of the AO vector for an output, function output, not tangent, and name this one AO. Make sure we put a 1 there. We have this set to 0, this set to 1, and this set to 2. We're going to go ahead and save that. Then we are going to come over here. We did not add it yet again to the exposed to library. And it is the same as this one, so I'm just going to do a quick copy and paste. Hit save. Now right click, come into the functions, and we want the AO controls. Now we will come right here. AO is going to go right there. And then we will do reroute, albedo, and AO. Albedo and AO. And then from the AO, well, we want to do ambient occlusion. Next, we want an input, which will be a scalar. We want it to be 0, so we'll make sure that it is, and we want it to say AO intensity. And hold down the 1 for 0, because sometimes you don't have ambient occlusion masks, and you don't want it to be showing up if there's nothing there. Now we hit save. We want to come to this right here. You see we have AO intensity up there. So yet again we forgot, which is fine. We just need to find the noise darkness. And that's set to 8, so we will set this to 9. Hit save. Hold down the S. Biome 01, AO intensity. We will keep it at 0. Before we continue on, because this is going to keep bothering me, 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can hit save. We're going to come in here. As you can see, now things are a bit more in order. I'm going to change the contrast to 0 so that we can see the difference in the intensity. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. We're getting more realistically looking based off of the ambient occlusion map that is in this mask. There's the ambient occlusion. So you can see how it's darkening this darker grass, keeping the clothes a lighter color. Alright. So let me put that contrast back. And now as you can see, things are a bit ridiculously dark in some places. There we go. We can also decrease that to a 2 to put this 2.8. As you can see, the tiling's getting is still fairly difficult to see. It's easy to see in some places, but regardless, we are indeed getting there. What's wrong? Oh, wrong one. This one. There we go. Little on the prettier side. Okay. Now for the next node. We don't need this one anymore. We can close it. is the normal intensity. Now, there's a normal flattened node that you could use, but I find it counterintuitive for what I like to do with it. So we want another material function, mf underscore noise intensity underscore wbt. Open it up. And what we want to do now is right click input. We want this to be a vector 3, perfect. We're going to name this normal. And out of here we're going to type component mask, and we want the RG, and we want to multiply, and then input. There we go. We want to call this one the normal strength. Check mark, that will keep it as is. Hold down the 1. We want it to be a 1. Oh, one more thing. We want another mask. Bring this up like that. We want this to be the B. Otherwise, right now, we would lose the data from the B channel and it wouldn't look right. Now we come here to append, not append many. One of these days I'll stop doing that. Append vector. Bring the B into here. And there we go. We have our normal intensity node. So come here. Okay, that won't work. Expose to library. It's the 1.1 function. Hit save. Now we're going to come over here to the normal, right click, find the, did I say noise? I named it noise intensity. It needs to be called normal intensity, so we're going to rename that now. And because that's going to bother me, I'm going to do that. There we go. And this needs to be a 1. Save. There we go. The normal goes in here. Hold down the S. No, not in here. We want the input. This one will be the normal intensity. The last one we made was a 9, so this will be 10. We'll hit save. There won't be any changes yet. Now we come in here, we have our normal intensity. Not X. Wanted to copy paste. We're going to name this one normal strength. Put it at 1. Save. So now when we come over here at normal strength, what happened to the AO? Make you a 6. Let's save. Strange. One moment. So if that ever happens to you, you need to completely delete it and the one that you copied and pasted, apparently, and remake them, and then they will show up as they should. So again, so that we can see how this works, normal strength, if I change it to 2, We're not really seeing, you can start to see massive differences now, but it's really hard to see in the grass. So it's not very necessary for grass. However, let us go ahead and change this to the rocks here. Do this. All right. We have our beautifully tiled rocks. Look at that. More detail. That's what you would want it for. Absolutely pretty and gorgeous. Huzzah. Thank you guys for watching, and in the next episode we will start to get a few other things set up in the material so that we can get rid of even more of this tiling. Have a good day.